stairs that go down probably about 15 feet.
Old school root cellar.
I seem to be missing a flashlight.
You see the waxy remains of 5 candles. They're standing around the edge of a circle, and the circle is painted on the stone floor. You're going to run across the circle into the center of it, grab something, and run out.
I'll take the candle and the pocket watch.
Tyrell, you want to help me barricade some doorways?
It almost looks like the barn, the walls of the barn, are kind of moving and shifting a little bit. The barn isn't actually moving, but it's covered in so many insects and bugs and critters as the ground between the barn and the house starts to move and shimmer as the creatures start coming in your direction.
We need to get at this house right now.
All right, team, you are at the Amherst Ranch. There is a rainstorm coming down outside. Rain is falling pretty heavily. You're looking through the camera out facing the barn, and you see these bugs, insects, termites, roaches, hornets, and bees moving away from the barn and coming in your direction. Tyrell, you've pulled out the tank of bug spray that you have across your bank. You check the fuel level. It's at three quarters full. The SUV is outside, parked in front of the garage, not too far away, but the bugs are coming between you and the house.
Ooh.
Mr. Teller, Roy, you just grabbed your boots and put them back on.
I know, getting ready to go to sleep. It's awful.
Tell me what you'd like to do.
Well, there's nowhere near enough to tank that. Like,
You are breaking up a little bit, but I believe you said you're going to clear a path.
yes.
All right. So you guys looking to get out to the SUV and get out of here? Is that the plan?
Yes. Did we ever stick it in the garage, or did we just leave it outside?
It is parked out in front of the house, right in front of the garage.
All right.
So, you go out to the side door. You wedged a chair underneath the one door, but you did it so you can easily move it out. You move the chair away from the door and open it up. You're going out through the kitchen. That's the direct route through the garage. And as you get out there, you can see there is a swarm of small bugs, gnats, mosquitoes, flies, all these little critters that shouldn't be flying around when it's raining, but they are circling around the area that you're at. It's not so thick that you can't see through it, but it is something you're going to have to cross through. The car is only about 20 feet away from the door, though. The bugs are probably about 15 feet away from the car.
I'm assuming I should be able to see like some sort of patio light or some light on the garage. Am I seeing any bugs being attracted to any light source, or
Yes.
are they?
So that's a great question. There are lights out there, and there are bugs swarming around the lights, but not. It's not
Not
attractive.
enough for me to assume that they would be attracted to some light source over us.
Yeah, there's a lot of them there, but there's a lot that are ignoring the lights. Maybe if you had a lot of lights or a really incredible bright light, maybe you can make a difference. They did scurry away from the lights in the barn.
Yeah, I pull it. I've got a lighter, but that's not going to do anything.
Only if you only had a flashlight.
Yeah.
Okay, we should
Or
have-
fuel.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be pretty good. Yeah.
I still have a flashlight left, and I believe Maya has the lantern, doesn't she?
Yeah.
That she
Yes.
caught Tyrell in the head with.
So you've stepped outside. There are bugs everywhere. They're moving around toward the lights. You've looked around at the lights, and some of the bugs are swarming around them, but not a lot. Not a majority of them. Probably not even. Probably not much more than you would expect in a normal, nice situation. But again, the rain's pouring down, and you're stepping out here, and you're already starting to get soaked. The rain's already going through you pretty quickly. We already know that Mr. Tura does not carry a umbrella, but you're out there inside of it, thinking about like where you could do like a bright light to illuminate the area. I don't know that you have anything. You, there might have been a gas can in the garage next to the tractor if you're looking for some fuel. If that's what something, but that's where the bugs came from. As I said, you're
I
about,
have my lantern
yeah,
though.
and that's an electric lantern. It's not a kerosene one, correct?
Yes.
Yes. 'Cause
Like I think it's one of the like camping lanterns, so like the solar
yeah.
campy things.
So fortunately, do you have it on or not?
I didn't have it on.
Okay.
I was working, like I was trying to work on it because it got bonked.
Yep.
And so she turned it on, made sure it worked, and then turned it off
Turn it right
again.
back off again. Very good.
I have I still have like this giant knot on my head from getting hit by it.
It wasn't my fault.
So far, if I'm correct, you have been most damaging to yourself. The biggest threat to your group has been each other.
I was gonna say Tyrell beat up my boss and may have beat up Tyrell. Almost
I
brought
mean,
me
he
back
kept
to
squirming,
himself.
so
I'm pretty sure he hit someone with a stick. Also, I didn't do that. Gravity did that.
Gravity. Gravity is a cruel mistress.
She
All
is.
right. So you want to clear us a path to the car, Tyrell, or do we want to see if we can get to the
yeah.
garage for something else?
I already have it the nozzle aimed. So like, if you guys are ready to go, he could do a full sprint.
Okay, now when we get in the car, because it's important for us to know where we're going before we start moving, because that way we're not like fighting over and getting stuck in a pile of bugs. Like, are we leaving the grounds completely? Or are we going to the other house where we saw the pickup truck to talk to who we assume and hope is the guy we're supposed to be meeting out here?
I really forgot about that other house, so that was like the only other thing I could think of now.
I think it makes sense to even just go there to warn him or wait it out there, but
At the same time, Roy's definitely like, you don't live this far from town unless you don't feel like being bothered.
Yeah, but I don't think he lives there. I think he's just staying the night there, and because he wasn't part of the group, he just didn't bunk with us.
Was it in like a another house on the same grounds as the ranch, or is it a separate place, like its own on its own property?
As you were driving in toward the ranch, you went to the bridge that was out. You went down through the ravine, came up the other side. The house is just on the other side of the ravine. The ravine was on your notes marked the outside edge of the Amherst Ranch.
Okay, so it's on the same property.
Mhm.
Maybe that is the other guy.
And there's a flash of lightning in the distance. A few seconds later, you hear a boom, crash of thunder.
Okay, so things we need to
yeah.
know: who's driving and where we're going.
L-
I'll drive.
who has the keys?
I'm pretty sure
Oh,
Roy still has the keys.
I'll drive.
Mm.
Oh, this will end fantastically. I'm gonna rip it through the mud in the middle of the night.
Okay, but where are we going is still the question.
I'm down
We
to go bother that other guy. It's on
a-
the property.
anywhere but here.
Yeah, because those bugs are coming close.
Mhm.
They're
yeah.
creeping towards you, swarming around.
Okay,
I,
good.
I,
There's
Y'all,
I don't.
we all agree. Let's go.
there's
I don't think we have time to dilly dally.
you have
Tyrell,
you
lead
have
the
a
way.
hazy shape in there. Tyrell, go ahead and make a. You're going to make a might roll for me. And what you're doing is you're taking that canister and you're swinging it. Sorry, might. You're going to make a speed roll because you're going to take that canister and you're spinning it around trying to clear a path, trying to get on the other side. And you kind of have to dance that nozzle around so you're not spraying your companions as you're spraying around the bugs. And it's raining out here, which is not the ideal situation to be spraying a tank of bug spray, but we'll see how it works. So the difficulty of this is not it's not too crazy. It's a level 3 difficulty, so it's a 9 or better, because you can pump that thing up pretty tightly to get some good pressure behind it. And I think you've already done that.
Yeah, I'm gonna also apply effort.
Okay.
Before you get the results of that roll, I just want to make sure I'm keeping the lantern off so we don't attract additional bugs, correct?
I was kind of looking around earlier, and I think it didn't look like they were like some were being attracted, but not like they were gonna mob towards it. So I leave that up to you.
I think I'm going to leave it off. I'd rather be safe than sorry on this one.
So
What?
I don't know how.
So they don't swarm us.
So
No.
Tyrell, want
No.
to share with us what you rolled?
I
Oh
I
no.
rolled good. I rolled good. I rolled
Golf.
I rolled 3 nat 20s. That's what I did.
3 nat 20s.
3 nat 20s. Uh-huh.
Mild
Mm.
exaggeration.
Oh, just a tad. Maybe 2. More like 2 nat 20s.
2 nat 20s.
Why
Yeah,
do they hate me?
it looks like you got a 4 on that roll, which is not quite what you were hoping for. You
No.
you step out there and you start spinning to try and spray the bug spray around. And by the way, you are spraying the bug spray around. It's actually doing a pretty good job of keeping it all out there. Unfortunately, as you're spinning around with it, the ground is wet and there's some mud out there. It's not the slickest place to stand, and your feet slips out from underneath you and you tumble to the ground. The tank that's on your back digs into you. You are going to take 3 points of might damage from hitting the ground.
I don't I don't know if this counts as an intrusion or a reaction.
Okay,
Um, so I'll try it as a reaction and let me know if you'd require it to be an intrusion.
will do.
Can I use my telekinetic push when I see him slip to like push him upright?
I will allow that. So I consider an intrusion where you're trying to change like the state of the world around you, and what you're doing I consider more of a reaction.
Okay.
All right, cool. So you're doing your push. That is okay. But as I remember correctly, if you scroll down a little bit on that, it's going to say that it's not very precise.
It's not.
All right.
It's not. But I just want to like if he's falling back, I just want it to be like
All right,
this.
so cool. If I'm going to give you an opportunity to use your push spell to negate your push ability to negate the damage you would take from the fall by creating a cushion underneath him. And
Mhm.
but it's going to be really challenging for you. So the difficulty for this is going to be 7. So it's going to be you need a 21 or better to achieve this.
Hoping and praying.
I don't know if I can do that.
So if you apply effort to it, that will reduce it down to a 6. It gets you an 18. I do you have anything else that you can throw in there that would allow you to make this a little easier?
Um,
Tyrell, you have balance as an ability, right? You're
I do.
all right. So I will say, if Tyrell, I'm assuming Tyrell would be assisting you in this attempt.
Yes.
So, and based on his balance skill, that would give you another reduction. You got to take us down from a 7 to a 5. Again, if you're using effort and Tyrell is trying to balance his way and roll with it gracefully.
okay. We're gonna cross our fingers, guys. I'm sorry.
Hey, last session you were rolling
Yeah.
19s all the time. Let's see if you can pull it off today.
Oh my god, no.
No pressure.
No pressure, right? How do I
Success, you
roll
think?
it?
Natty 20.
This is not the time to roll 1, by the way.
This is not. How do I roll this?
It should be intellect, I think.
Yep.
Oh god.
Yeah, when in doubt, you can just roll a d20 and we'll just go with the results from there. You don't even click on the character sheet.
Okay.
We can do the math.
It was a difficulty 7, but I did help, and I will use effort.
Okay, that gets you down to difficulty 5. So that's a 15 or better. That's definitely doable.
Oh no.
So close. So
Lucky number 13.
Tyrell, you tumble to the ground. You hit the ground and you bounce back up, and then suddenly this gust of what you think might be air or force hits you and sprays water on you. You tumble sideways. There are
No.
you manage to get back to your feet. Unfortunately, as you get back to your feet, you realize that there are bugs crawling all over your back.
You.
So he is going to just. Oh no! He's gonna just like randomly run and just like try to get off. Like get off! Get off!
Roy's just gonna grab him if he can and just arm straight and just down. Either smush or swipe him off. Like it's whatever happens first.
I think we can do that. Go ahead, and you're trying to grab him and trying to move that moving target and trying to scrape him off this back. And go ahead and do that. Just it's going to be a speed check, and this is going to be a difficulty 4 or better. So you need a 12 or better on your die roll.
Difficulty. Said 4.
Yes, difficulty 4.
Effort. Will apply 1.
That will get you down to a difficulty of 3. Needs a 9 or better on the die roll. Better than 50% chance of being able to do this pretty easily.
Why are
Oh,
we so bad at everything we do?
You know what? This is our night to fail.
As I see Mr. Teller go by, I like breathe like a sigh of relief. All right, it's gonna be okay.
No,
yeah, and
we keep technical difficulties.
and Roy, you're doing a fantastic job. You take your arm and you scrape it back down Tyrell's back, and as you do, the spiders and insects and the ants and the termites all crawl across your arm. And as they start crawling up your arm, you are going to take also 3 points of might damage as they start to bite and snip and pinch at you as you're getting them on your arm.
You know what? So okay, this is. Ooh, let's see.
Duncan, as all this is going on, you see an outline kind of in the rain amongst the bugs. It's not the presence of something, but the absence of anything. And as you're looking at it, you realize there's an image, like an outline of a woman, standing amongst the insects and the rain. It just as if there was a glass figurine there and the rain was just falling off it. But you don't see her. You just see the outline. Her presence is leaving.
I think when I said I'm just gonna yell, "What do you want from us?"
Who are you talking to?
That woman, she's back again. I'm gonna look around. Can I see? Like, are the bugs? What are they specifically going for? Are they just getting on and biting randomly, or are they like trying to go for like face or things like that?
They appear to be swarming randomly. So Tyrell has a few on his back. Roy has a few on his arm. Not a crazy number of them, but they are getting closer, and the swarm is pretty thick. You can already see them clinging to the top of the SUV, like under the windshield.
I am probably just gonna pop rally to me. It gives you a let's see, 1 asset to any attack or defense. Never mind.
I think
What?
I was gonna say rally to me because it's an attack or defense roll. That doesn't work with what I was thinking. I was just gonna have us try and bolt to the car. Like, get to the car. We'll patch up later.
And I think that makes sense. Like I at this point, I would just be yelling, "All right, Amaya, I think we just gotta go." And I'm gonna take off like my jacket, and I'm just gonna like use it to just like flap it around to try and hit stuff like that might be coming at me, and then just like hitting, like not hitting it with my jacket, but like trying to swipe bugs off with my jacket, and then like pushing them along.
Cool. You're using your jacket, kind of blowing the bugs away from you.
Yeah.
Okay. And you guys are making a run for the car. Are you going to use rally to me though to encourage them to run to the car, because that could make a difference?
It says it's like for attack or defense role. Well, defense tasks. Yeah, we're probably gonna get bit. Yeah, I'm gonna use it. Rally to me.
Okay.
That 2 int. I'm not that smart. I'm running out of int.
Okay. So you get running into the van, the SUV. You guys are getting there. Who's Roy's jumping in the front? Who's else jumping in the front seat? Who's the shotgun?
I'll take shotgun.
All right. Everyone else is jumping into the back of the car. All right. So
Okay.
here's what I need.
Whatever was closest.
Okay. Okay. Quick. What's your current speed?
My speed like pool
Yeah. What's your current speed pool? Yes.
7.
7. Who's got higher than 7?
I've
Um,
got an 8.
I have a
Oh wait, that's not
Like my
speed. I've
my,
got 10.
my
My
speed. My speed is 16.
16.
speed's 11.
All right.
Jesus.
So
I'm so
Roy's
low.
doing the rally to me. He's trying to get everyone to the SUV as quickly as he can. He's Duncan's waving his coat around. You jump into the car. Roy's the last one to get in. Okay. And as you do, these things start to swarm over top of you. Okay. So before they get a chance to get in there, you're going to have to make a speed defense to get in that car before they get a chance to swarm over you and maybe bite you some more.
All right. Uh,
May be able to help.
How would you like to help?
I'm trying to make sure I know what this does before I see it, because for some reason my character sheet on Roll20 deleted the description. But hypothetically, I'm going to knock the bugs off of him.
How are you going to do that?
don't hit me. Just
I
party
have
hit
this
each other
thing
enough.
called Onslaught, but I
I
want to make
know.
sure.
Yeah,
I know how to use it
No.
before I say that's what I'm doing. Because like I don't have the full description. I want to read it thoroughly before I make a decision.
I am 90% sure that is just like an outright attack.
yeah.
Duncan's
Yeah,
just
but
trying to
I
beat
think I
me up
can
like Hyrule hit you.
choose. I think I can choose who it affects.
Uh,
Yeah, we are the greatest threat.
to ourselves. Amaya's gonna blast me with her mind powers, and I'm gonna be more scared of all this stuff.
I'm so sorry. Why
Oh,
can't I
like
find it?
Let's see.
I
What
just
was the
have
name of
this
it?
my little window open. I'm just waiting whether or not I need to put in one for asset.
Yeah, I'm pretty certain that's an attack too, so I wouldn't worry about that.
Okay. Well, I
Okay.
tried to be helpful.
So
I
onslaught.
appreciate.
It says you attack a foe using energies that assail either their physical form or their mind. In either case, you must be able to see your target. If the attack is physical, you emit a short-range ray of force that inflicts 4 points of damage. If the attack is mental, you focus your mental energy to blast the thought process of another creature within short range. This mind slice inflicts 2 points of intellect damage, and some creatures without minds, such as robots, may be immune to your mind slice. So, uh,
I think
you
to
could
advance for bugs anyway.
attack the bugs, uh, or you could possibly attack the thing that's controlling the bugs.
Ooh,
That's true,
can she
but
still
is
see
she
the lady?
even physical?
Can you
No,
see
or
the
mental.
lady?
Oh, that's true. Can I still see the lady? I should be able to, right?
Again,
Like if I look out the back of the car?
yeah, you don't really see the lady yourself. You see the absence of the lady. You can see her because of the absence of her, of what's going on in this space. There's no bugs. There's no rain in the spot that she would occupy.
Yes.
You see what?
Does
you
the
see what she
inference count for the attack?
Excuse me?
Does the you would have to infer where she was based on what is not there, kind
Yes.
of like what we do with black holes,
Yes.
for the purpose of the attack, because it says it's one creature you see, but you
I
technically don't see her, you the lack of her.
I would say that
But
still counts for you.
okay, then I will go ahead and do onslaught. Although I
And
can't put the
is
description out.
since my rally to me was get to the car, would this count for like one of her free asset
It
since she's
could be,
helping
yes,
me get
because
to
it
the
is an
car?
attack that's helping you get to the car.
Yay! That
did.
rally to me was actually for me.
Oh yeah, there it is.
Yep.
Haha! Now it tells me what it does. Okay, now roll it.
So to do this, this is a difficulty 4 to try and hit her with your mind blast.
Okay.
So and it is an intellect, an
have-
intellect check for you, and it takes 1 intellect point. But I'm pretty sure you ease intellect, don't you?
Yes, I do.
So there is no cost for this for you to do this.
Oh, okay. I thought I had accidentally deleted the cost trying to get everything together.
What is it? It's onslaught. I think there's another one like reflect is something like that. It's really
Yeah.
good to pick up as an adept at one.
Yeah.
Just free use.
And I don't think I need to use effort in this case because she's good at this.
You do get one free asset.
And I do get one free asset. And if that doesn't work, I do have the repel thing. Can I use them together to like hit her and then knock her back?
Well, do the one first and then see how it's going to do. So let's do the mind. Let's do the onslaught first, and then see how that affects, it, and then you can decide what you want to do after that.
Oh, for the love of goodness.
All right. So you try and focus on the presence of this spectral figure that you're sure where they're at. You focus on it, your eyes lock onto it. You feel this surge of energy going through you, but it seems to dissipate not too far away as it approaches the figure. It just kind of breaks apart, whether it's an effect of the rain or the bugs or just she wasn't where you thought she was. You're not quite sure.
Well, I'm guessing I don't get an asset on my defense from that.
You do not get an asset on your defense. That you do get, I believe your rally to me, is that all you have an asset as well, or is it only the people around you?
They have to take an immediate. They have to be within like an immediate distance of me, I believe.
Yeah, but does it include are you included in that?
Cry out, otherwise long range, all allied creatures. Well, I guess you just do this. Within very long range, that you require aid all allied creatures to respond by moving within an immediate distance of you within the next action. So yeah, it's my allies that move within it.
Yeah, I think it affects everyone around you, not necessarily you, so you won't get an asset from that.
Roy will tough it out then.
Okay. All right, you are trying to defend yourself,
Oop.
and you are going to take 3 more points of damage from the bugs as they're biting and nicking at you. But you manage to fight your way through and brush them off and get into the car, seat of the car.
I am hurt.
Okay, and the bugs are all around you. You can do a recovery action if you want to.
No, that would take 10 minutes. I've already used my immediate.
Okay. The door is shut. Bugs are splattered on the windshield. It's just crawling across it. The rain is still coming down. You hear the thunder clap again in the distance.
Wipers on high.
Yep.
Pedal to the metal and throw this thing in reverse. We're out of here.
May I make a suggestion?
Yes.
Start the car up before you do those two things.
Sure. If I have to.
Hop it into neutral.
because nothing's working the way it's supposed to today.
You turn the key.
Yeah, you pull that car
People don't
around.
turn keys anymore.
You're joking, but I work at a dealership, and like 75% of what we get is push buttons.
I know, and I hate it because I'm dumb and I leave my keys in the car because, like, you
It
don't
beeps at
have
you
to
now from that.
unturn them. It doesn't matter. I don't like the fact that it beeps at me because I want to turn the key.
Yeah.
The car, you're in the car, and you back it out of the driveway, and you spin around. You start driving away. There are bugs all over the place, but you don't have to get a lot of speed here to outrun a bug, right?
No.
So your rain is coming down. You can see behind you in the light of the porch light. There is the swarm that's still gathered around. The figure of the woman seems to be coalescing, growing denser. You can almost see her being made out as the swarm is being drawn to her. And then you're on the road. And remember, this is not much of a road. It's kind of a dirt trail leading into the farm. And the road's bouncing and running around. Mud is splashing everywhere as you hit these um, potholes along the way. But you're making pretty good time getting out of there. It only
Is
takes you
she
a few.
following us?
Oh, good question. No, she's not following you. She seems to be standing in the driveway near the light, almost drawing the bugs back to her. And you are approaching the bridge. You're approaching the single house, the small house you saw at the outskirts of the ranch. The pickup truck is still there out in front of it. There's lots of puddles around. The rain's coming down pretty hard. What are you going to do? You going to stop at the house? You going to keep driving?
We're going back to my trailer in the woods. I'm done with this place now. We're gonna pull up to the other place, but with just how things have been going, Roy's gonna be like, nobody get out just yet. Does it look like there's lights on the place, or like
There are lights
any?
on in the place, and as you are pulling up, your headlights flash across the mailbox, and you make out the name S. Jenkins stenciled on the side.
That name sounds familiar? Or is that not?
Duncan, make an intellect check to see how well you can remember that. I think this is going to be pretty simple. We'll say it's a difficulty 3, 9 so get a 9 or better on it. Oh, at last.
Finally a success.
So, Duncan, you remember those packages you saw in the kitchen that were from a delivery service and someone had to pick them up?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they were all picked up by someone named Steve Jenkins. So, and by the way, you got a 20 on there. How do you want to roll that 20? What's the bonus you want to get out of that?
I would say that. So he delivered it to this house. I want to say that I like. Not that I'm like know him. We're best friends, but like we are amicable. Like we have small talk when we see each other, and I've done some jobs around there, so I feel like maybe I know him.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'll accept that. Steve Jenkins is the caretaker for the Amherst house. He's been here for as long as most people can remember. He's an older gentleman in his mid 60s, and you often see him going around in town to pick up supplies for the ranch and doing some repair work on it. So you've seen him at the hardware store and yeah, as you wander around town.
I'm just gonna tell Mr. Teller, honk the horn.
All right. I probably will just. It's much more friendly than that. It's like, you just,
Yeah, like that one you do when you're like showing up or leaving. That dun, 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 dun.
yeah.
So you honk the horn, and after a few seconds, the uh, curtain by the door is pulled back. Someone looks out.
When I see that current there, I'm gonna like open the door and like pop my head out so he can see me. I'm gonna start like I'm just gonna quickly yell, Jenkins! Get out of here.
It's pouring rain, and he opens the door and he goes, "Who are you?" Knox. Knox, is that you?
Yeah, Jenkins.
What are you doing out here? How'd you get across the bridge?
We were on. That's part of a different story. There are bugs coming this way. Not your run of the mill bugs there.
He's looking up at the sky and the rain coming down here, and he goes, "There are no bugs out in this. I mean, maybe some worms, but nothing's out in this weather. What are you doing out in this weather?"
Roy's gonna like kind of get out of the car, like, bud, the bites on my arm says otherwise. There's
Yeah.
a lot of bugs out.
Hey,
Isn't the truck like covered in bugs? Can we like draw his attention to that?
Yeah.
I think a good bit of the bugs have kind of washed away on the run over here, but there are a significant amount that you can point to them. Like there are bugs on there. Like you squished things with the windshield wiper. It's kind of smeared and gooey looking.
Can I want to like persuasion to be like, can you let us inside so we can talk and we'll explain a little bit more.
Go ahead, make your persuasion check. Again, this is going to be he knows you, and I'm going to say there's a difficulty 4. You're kind of in his territory, but he does know who you are.
I'm trained in persuasion. I don't think I'm gonna do effort.
Okay, so
it's gonna bite me.
19.
Right,
yes.
boss, you're so social.
Somebody knows how to roll dice.
I'm doing my best.
I feel slighted.
To be fair, we either roll 1s or 19s. There's no in between.
Right.
The old man at the door opens the door. Come in. You guys got to get out of that rain.
I'll throw this SUV in park.
Yeah. And Jenkins is waving you in.
Run inside. Tyrell, bring the canister. Don't leave it in the car.
Yeah. Like he's
Yes.
not even like
Yes,
he's.
please.
And as you run out of the car, you look out behind you, and you can see in the distance, you can see the lights from the ranch house, but you don't see any signs of pursuit or bugs chasing after you. It takes you only a few seconds to get from the car into the house. Jenkins steps back, holds the door open for you, and as soon as you get inside, he closes the door and then locks it behind you. All right, so is this a social call? Is that what we're seeing here? Do you not see me enough in town?
I don't mean to intrude on you so late, Jenkins. We were helping out a client here on his ranch, and his barn infested with bugs. There was termites, and I just kind of point towards Tyrell and Mr. Teller, like they literally swarmed, and like, look at him.
Yeah, this is where you notice that his tracksuit is actually a breakaway tracksuit, and he just like rips it off.
I have never
Not
seen
the breakaway.
anything. Have you ever seen bugs in this area that could do that?
I have never seen bugs that work in tandem with each other.
Yeah.
We are talking mosquitoes, gnats.
So you're up at the old ranch. Are you working with that real estate woman, that Rivers?
Yes.
Yeah. So so I go up there all the time. I take care of it. I used to take care of it. That nephew of Wallace's, he's not exactly a big fan of mine. So I haven't been up there lately. But yeah, I mean, I know there's some bug problems in the barn, but nothing that, like, you've got the sprayer there. That should be all it takes.
That's what we thought.
You would think. He just takes his boots off and everything. It's like,
And you go, what'd you do to this thing? It looks like you've been kicking it and banging against stuff.
well,
Do you know about the giant hole in the barn floor?
There's no hole in the barn floor.
Oh, yes, there is.
How long has it been since you've taken a peek inside the barn, sir?
Uh, I haven't been there for probably about 2 or 3 weeks. Not since that Barton guy came out here and said that he's going to sell the place and he wants me out of it. So Jenkins is going in here and he goes out and grabs some towels and he brings them out and tosses them to you.
I asked him, do you know why he didn't want you to come back around that area? Did he give you a reason, or just said out?
Oh, he said out. I've been with the Amherst for a long, long time, and so Wallace had put in his will that I got this house. This became
Aw.
mine, and his nephew is very upset. He wanted to be able to sell the whole thing off, and you know,
You've put all this time and effort into this. I see what you've been doing here.
yeah. So I think Wallace wanted to just keep the ranch the way it is, and I don't know what this guy's going to do with it. He's gonna sell it off to some developer. It's probably going to go into that amusement park, and then they're going to try and force me off the land. It's not good.
Oh shit, we wouldn't let that happen.
I'm sorry to hear that, Jenkins.
Yeah. Well, if the barn is falling apart, maybe no one will buy it. I mean, if you've gone in there and wrecked it, sounds like you wrecked it.
Well,
Whoa, 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 whoa. You know me, I'm a very delicate in these scenarios. It wrecked itself.